All right, so here we are. We've made our way from Victoria yet again on another big trip. Myself and Maisie are standing right now at the start of the big Bridle Track sign north of Bathurst, and we're making our way across to Hill End. And we've got Scout in the car as well. So we left home early yesterday morning and we've done about 800 and something Ks just to get here at this point. We dropped into Bathurst this morning into the information centre, grabbed a map, and it's got a detailed map there of all the campsites and stuff along this portion of the road across to Hill End, which is where our destination tomorrow. So we'll find a nice campsite tonight. But yeah, not a bad spot. You can see why it's popular in here. All right, next campsite is Amy Anderson Reserve. I think the sign said. Looks quite sandy down along the bottom of the river there. We'll just have a look at this one, see how busy this is.
The lightning shows my weakness, the thunder knows my secret.
Alright, how cool is this? We just popped out at the river here. Got these big rapids flowing quite good. So as we're driving along here, we've been to a couple of other campsites, but there's some with people in it and some with none, so we're not going to film all the campsites. But we stopped at the other one before for a bit, let Scout have a run around, and now we're just heading further down. And we'll start looking for our campsite pretty soon, I would think. But yeah, it's spectacular here. Maisie will just swing the camera around. All this river and the big rocks and the big valleys. It's pretty spectacular. Alright, so here we go. Monaghan's Bluff. Extreme caution, lights on, one lane, use passing bays, sound horn, four-wheel drive, no guardrail, steep inclines, no stopping. Alright, lights are on. I'm already in four-wheel drive, which I do when I turn onto these dirt roads anyway. So we'll head up here and have a look, but we won't be stopping.
Just film out the window.
Yeah, we'll just film out the window here. But yeah, nothing too difficult so far. Keep to the left. Oh yeah, here's our hairpin. Here we go. Pretty cool. So as we're going up, there is a guardrail there, but looks like there's been a bit of roadworks go on here. But this cutting here is unbelievable. We're just heading through this narrow cutting here. And we're at an elevation of 488 metres and climbing. Now there's one of the passing bays there. You can see it's so dusty at the moment as well. So I don't know when the last time it rained here was, but even the roads coming in were super dusty. Alright, so we've just come along here now. We just found this really cool narrow section. It's probably the narrowest we've had so far. You can clearly see why they don't want camper trailers and caravans through here, because if you come across another one through here, there's no way you turn it around. But yeah, we're just putting along and hopefully no one comes the other way. But the scenery off the side, on Maisie's side, she's got the pick of the sides of the viewing down to the river. One thing she has said, she's seen a lot of goats. All right, here we are at Root Hog Crossing. We got to here, we didn't realise how far along we'd travelled. We looked at our map after looking at the campsites and stuff on the way through. And I reckon, just at a rough guess, we're probably halfway or a little bit further along the Bridle Track already. So we're actually making pretty good ground along it. Not that we're trying to make good ground along it, but yeah, we're just putting along chatting, and next thing you know, we're halfway. So righto, Mary Flynn Reserve. So I think that's where we're going to camp. We've just done a hairpin turn and we're about to drop down into there now. We'll go suss it out. From the top of the road, it looks like there might be a couple of other camps there, but the whole fun of coming here was to find somewhere to camp along the Bridle Track. So that's what we'll be doing. Beauty. So once we get these off, we'll get the awning set up and have something to eat. So we had some lunch at morning tea at Bathurst this morning, because last night we camped at Cower at the showgrounds. It was $25 for the night to camp there, which put us close to here. So looking at my speedo from where I filled up at Bathurst to here is only 68 kilometres, so it actually isn't that far. It's nice and close. So we'll get this set up now, then tomorrow morning we'll putt around here a bit. I see the dog. Look out, Scout. And this here is the dog's bed, so she'll sleep in her crate. All right. Let's get set up. All right, do you want me to get some plates out? Do you want your plate? She's going to do that. Alright. Knives and forks. Plate. All right, so I might have mentioned a bit earlier that we got some information from the Bathurst Information Centre prior to doing the bridle track, and they gave us a paper map with all the points of interest with the campsites, etc. along here. Now, they also gave us this other booklet, four-wheel driving in Bathurst and the surround regions now on this area. But the bridle track here itself, as the black cockies fly overhead, the bridle track earned its name from hopeful miners and travellers who led their horses by bridle to pass the narrowest points. So they actually got off the horses and obviously led them through by bridle, being the bridle track. So this was done from between Bathurst and Hill End in the 1870s. All right, so we currently have a bit of a standoff. There's some roos up there. We've got Scout that's tied up there. And the youngest one's just come down to the water for a drink. Just poked its head up. Just behind the tree there. You probably can't see it on the camera, but as you can see, Scout's quite relaxed there, sitting there quietly, seeing what all the fuss is about. So tonight's dinner, we're just going to have some schnitzels. So some of you that have been following along for a while will know that we enjoy the schnitzels. And if you watched our Outback series, you would have seen the peas, corns and carrots. I'll throw the schnitzel in the skillet and just sit the can in the middle of the skillet there. And that'll be our dinner. So we'll get that going in a minute. It's almost 6 o'clock. It's going to be dark pretty soon, so we went for a bit of a walk before, just up the top. There's actually toilets here as well. And when we came back over behind the camp on this side of us here, it's a big rock escarpment. So been watching the colours of that change. And it's like we're almost in a bowl, a big circle of rocks. The road sort of dropped in over the top. And I'm presuming when we leave, we do head this way, whether we go over the top of that on the way towards Hill End. But yeah, spectacular spot. I know I've said that a few times. All right, so we have our one pot wonder, peas, corn, carrot, schnitzel. You'd almost call this the Outback Special, because if you go back and watch our Outback series, you will see myself and Jake did a lot of meals in this skillet here, just on the one dish. So we're going to sit down and enjoy it. I can definitely see the appeal of coming in here and camping through this area. One chai. No, one cappuccino. Not bad at all here. Alright, so we're just leaving camp now. As you can see, you've got a bit of a climb out of here. So I'm going to take the left-hand line and see how we go. But yeah, we're all packed up this morning. Pretty straightforward, climb out. Be interesting if it was wet.
lightning shows my weakness. Knows my secrets, the storm is like a brother. It knows me like no other. So let it rumble, let it roll, 'cause it's all I know.
Alright, so we've just climbed up from the Turon River. We've just reached this lookout. So we just pulled over here and we're just looking straight down through the valley down behind us, which is obviously where we've been. And we're still making our way across the hill end. And on the sign it said 10 Ks, but it surely feels like we've done more than 10 Ks. But we don't care how long it takes. It's pretty cruisy and the country's spectacular. Alright, so we just made it to the end of the Bridle Track. We've just pulled into Hill End now, and we're going to go down and check out the village and grab some lunch. But what do you think, Maze?
Yeah, it was good. Good scenery.
What about the campsite?
Yeah, I had a nice river.
Pretty good, wasn't it? So we've had a good day and 2 days heading across the Bridle Track. You could comfortably do it in a day, but we obviously wanted to camp down there and make the most of our time up here. So we're going to shoot down now, like I said, grab some lunch and then see what we get up to for the rest of the trip. But thanks so much for watching and we will see you next time. Cheers.